Hi everyone, welcome to Tiflydesigns. Today I'm sharing the cards that I created using my Simon Says Stamp July 2020 card kit, Home Sweet Home. I actually got a lot of cards out of this kit. I believe I'm sharing like 12 of them, so I hope you guys like, and here we go. For the first card, I'm using these two pieces of cardstock from the kit, and I'm going to cut out the stamp images and glue them to the second piece of cardstock. So this is what the first card looks like, and I'm just going to add that to a pink card base, and that's it for card number 1. For this card, I stamped part of the image from the stamp set on the envelope that came in the kit, and I colored it using my Copics and just add the sentiment Home Sweet Home. I wanted it to pop a little more, so I add some pink cardstock at the top of on the flap of the envelope and at the bottom, and then I'm gonna add it to this piece of cardstock, and that will be it for my card. For this card, I'm creating a slimline card, and I started by creating a lawn on the front of my piece of cardstock. I used broken china distress ink to color my sky, and then cut out some of the clouds from the stamp set. Then, as you can see, I stamped the image from the stamp set and colored it, and I'm going to add it to my card front. I didn't show the coloring because again it will make the video even longer, and I did simple coloring, no shading or anything, just those 2 Copic markers for each color, and that was it. So after I add my houses, I'm going to add a sentiment, and that will be it for this card. For this card, I stamped a bunch of the planes image from the stamp set, and I'm going to cut them out once I'm done and create my next card. Once I cut out my images, this will be the scene for my card, and this is the photo of the finished card. For the next card, I used one of the houses to create some tall buildings. I just stamp it and stamp it multiple times, cut it out again, use Copic colors, and actually stack them on top of each other once I cut them out to create some tall buildings. And then we're gonna add some clouds, the sun, and I also stamp some of the birds from the kit, and that's it for this card. And this is the finished card. It says welcome to the neighborhood. For this card, I'm starting with a piece of white cardstock and my distress oxide inks to create a scene. I already colored my houses, so I have one layer of houses in the back, and the front layer is actually a little smaller than the back layer. The front layer actually added some foam adhesive to pop it up a little, and then we're going to just add again some clouds, a sentiment, and that would be it for this very cute card. I think this is one of my favorites. This was added to a white card base, and it says welcome to your new home, and that's it for this card. We need our Wi-Fi, so I decided to do a Wi-Fi card. I started with a piece of white card stock. I also colored my house and framed it with some black card stock. Stamped my sentiment that says home is where the Wi-Fi automatically connects, and actually stamped it with some Versamark ink. And Simon says fine white embossing powder. And then just create the Wi-Fi signals at the top. My sentiment is at the bottom. And everything is framed nicely with the white cardstock. Then I added that white cardstock to this very pretty cardstock from the kit, because it brought out all the colors that I added on the front. And then we're going to add this to a pink card base. And that's it for this card. For this one, because of the colors I use, it reminds me of a Christmas card. So I started with the Blueprint Sketch Distress ink, and I'm going to create a little circular scene. I was trying to create a night sky, so that's why I use such a dark color. But it reminds me of a Christmas card, like I said, a holiday card. And I'm just going to color in a circular pattern. Once I was finished with my coloring, I added the Mr. Hughes shimmer spray to create like a shimmer sky, I guess, with stars and stuff. Then I cut out the moon and added some of the stars, stamped some of the stars from the stamp set. For the sentiment, I'm going to use, again, white detail embossing powder from Simon Says Stamp on some black cardstock. Then I actually glued my houses to my sentiment piece, and then I'm going to add it to the front of the card. Then I add this to this yellow piece of cardstock that came in the kit, and I guess we won't be using that special delivery part. That yellow was so pretty that I love the contrast between that and the blue in the front, so I added that and then added to a card base, and that's it for this card. For this one, I stamped a bunch of the houses. I cut out a bunch of the die, the stamp die, the stamp image die in white cardstock, and then I just glued my houses and the little trees to each of the die cut out, and then I just arranged them on the front of this pink piece of cardstock from the kit. As you can see, I put them in all different directions, and it came out very well. I love this one. It's actually my favorite in the bunch, so I hope you guys like this one. Once I've done that, I just add the sentiment Home Sweet Home in the center, and that was it for this card. For this card, I stamped some of the houses again, cut them out, and I colored them all gray because I'm going to add them to an all pink card in the background, and decided to leave them as just gray. The background is also, I covered up that special delivery on the pink card again, but I used the pink cardstock from the kit to add it to the center of that stamp, the white area, to create a frame. I added the sentiment Welcome to the Neighborhood, and that's it for this card. For this one, I cut out 3 of the die from the kit in white cardstock, stamp a couple of the houses, 3 of the houses on each, and then we're going to frame them with some black cardstock. And these are not going to be colored. We're going to just add at least 3 to a bright yellow piece of cardstock from the kit. I added them to the yellow piece of cardstock, like I said, from the kit, and cut out 3 pieces of black cardstock, which I placed in the background. And then I stamped a bunch of the hearts and colored them with my Copics. And since it was so busy in the front, I added the sentiment on the inside of the card. And that's it for this card. I had some paper left over, so I decided to do a bonus card so that nothing goes to waste. I started by stamping the house on the die again, a piece of white cardstock cut from the die, and I colored it the top with some distress ink, color my house, and then we're just going to use some, like I said, some of the scrap paper to put it together, add our sentiment, and that will be it for the bonus card. Once I was done with all my cards, this is what was left from the kit. Just some scraps and these 2 pieces of paper, and that's it. So I'm gonna put up a photo of all the cards that I made, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I want to thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.